Live. Hey, come and join me. Live on YouTube, TikTok, stocks, and my watch list. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love that it automatically captures that, so I have the ability to post it right into the Twitter. All right, everything is up and running. So hopefully I will see some people pop in soon. I know I did do it a little bit early. I am studying for my CMT exam, which will be on Friday. Hey, Arky. My coloring looks a little weird. Let's see if we can change that too. That might be better. There we go. All right, so I do have my exam on. Hello, 1,000 Memories. Good, Asif, thank you. So we will get started into the watch list. I wanted to show you guys something. You guys know I do offer my watch list as well every single day, trading day as well, and it is 50% off through midnight tonight. That means each time, just like today, where I have my watch list for Sundays, that I offer pretty much 20 trade opportunities, either going long or going short. And right now, this is right on my Twitter at It's Airplane Jane or cjanetrade.com. If you go there, there's no discount code or anything. The sale is just going on. And you can buy the opportunity to have a whole month, 3 months, 6 months. Hello, Elena. For less than 5 cents a trade opportunity. That's pretty cool, right? 97 cents a day. It's kind of like, why wouldn't you do that? And for the annual, it's crazy. It's, let's see, for annual cost per day, because there's 252 trading days in a year, it's 89 cents a day. So it's all about risk reward, cost to performance, right? So looking at that, highly recommend you check it out. Go ahead, try it out, see if you like it, see if you want to renew. I love it. It's what I use every single day. All right, let's get into the market. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Mark. Hello, Terry. Hello, Elena. Hello, 1,000 Memories. All right, now I've got my watch list right over here. That's old. So we have John Deere, HP, RMG, SOL, Myrna, Geos, THCMB, WSM, NBAC, and Sage, and potential swings as well. So I'm going to add those over here. I did everything except for the potential swings. Hello, Samuel. And thank you guys for the support with the CMT exam. Yeah, I've got it. Just took the first practice 2-hour exam today. I got 66 out of 100, and that the passing is 70. So as long as I can improve it roughly 4%, looking good. I'm going to be passing on Friday. So optimistic about it, and will continue to put work in. In fact, I'm happy I didn't get like an 80, because then I might be a little bit lax this week. So definitely going to stick to the studying. All right, let's look at the SPY here. So when we're looking at it, this is the shorter time frame, the 45-minute chart. We are really still in that upward trend over here on the left, somewhat stalling. We have a bit of an ascending triangle, and would really need to have the breakout up above 364. So keeping that on watch. I'm going to be right back. 2 seconds. I just want to make sure. Yeah, my door's locked. Okay. So we don't have my little one popping in. And you're able to see it over here too, right? You can see that we have this ascending triangle. Now, it might pull back right here, test, and then surge higher on the daily. So don't be surprised if maybe we pull back to that 359 or 360 area. That could happen too. Prove itself as support before we continue forward. But looking at it, we have had the highest volume right here. If we break out above that, likelihood that we will be seeing new highs on the S&P, and likely 370, 375, maybe even up to 385. Let's look at the Qs as well. So the Qs, we need to break above 303.50. We're not there yet. We are definitely hitting resistance. We've broken these downward trends right here. Thanks, Asif. Hello, Ram. Exactly, Mark. That's what I was thinking. It's just enough where I'm like, okay, I'm happy that I just read the book and took the exam and got 66, and now I can hone in on where my faults were, because with the Wiley, which is supposedly, oh, better back here? Okay, cool. Thanks, Kevin. So with Wiley, they will tell you what chapter you have to go back and review, which I like a lot. All right, looking over here, we've got this upward motion still. The market is still upward trending, in my opinion. However, we have a bit of an island right here, right? An abandoned baby on the daily. If we continue to trade up here, a bit of an island gap. So definitely keeping that on watch this week. And we have the Russell, which we had a bit of a diamond back here, and then we broke out higher. Let's look at something else. Let's go to the Barron's cover, because sometimes the Barron's cover is going to tell us what is coming in the next week. Let's see. Barron's cover, because sometimes it will be almost a reverse indicator. Let's see. Do we have the magazine cover, magazine archives right here? Barron's Ford retooling an icon, and of course I cannot look just at the cover, but if we look at the cover this way, let's zoom in. Control. All right, so did you guys know that if you hit control and the plus sign, it will zoom in for you? So we have Dow and Jones, best November since 1928. Awesome, that's it. Thanks for joining. So retooling an icon. So maybe Ford will be on watch this week. Check and see what is going to be happening. I mean, obviously they have their electric truck that's coming out. The electric car sector is very big right now. Plug, fuel cell, Blink, also SOL. We also have an electric truck company out in Arizona. I forget which one it is. There's so many right now. So looking at the electric car sector is huge. Even the hybrid sector, like NSX, doing research all about the NSX. You guys know I'm a huge fan of it. Due to hopefully be getting it in 2021. Very, very limited supply, roughly 10 for Canada. That is it. And in all of Canada last year, they sold 22. And in all of the US, I think they sold something crazy like only 92. So it's turning to be a very limited car. And that's a hybrid car. Awesome. Oh, thanks, thumbs up. Are you asking everyone to HYLN? For the electric truck. Oops, going back over here. All right, so keeping the Russell on watch, maybe we're going to have a little bit more of a rotation out of the Qs into the Russell. We saw that happen last week a bit. Also have the Dow Jones hitting 30,000, amazing. So we have this trend line, right, that was back in here, from back here, and now we're testing it. We're really dancing around that trend line. Tested above it, a little sell-off, above it, a little sell-off. Wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit more of this gap fill down here, 296, and then resurgence up. Look at how we had that happen before. Came up, pulled back, came up. Maybe we'll pull just back down to 296, 297, and then surge forward big time. All right. Apple, you guys know I love Apple. I am bullish on Apple right now. Ever since, you can see my target right here. Shorter term target is 124.80. Longer term target is up to 143. We would need to break this anchored VWAP over here above 117. I'm going to add HYLN. If you guys have a stock that you want me to go over after I go through my list, just put it in the chat and I'll be happy to add it on there and we can go over for you. I'll give you my opinion if I were in that trade. Not what you should do, but what I would do. All right, so Apple, we have this wedge that's forming over here, and we're slowly breaking out. I'm not sure why this one moved down. QS, we'll look at QS as well. Parabolic doesn't always mean that it's going to continue, right? Because there's only so much momentum that can, it's the physics, right? Momentum can only increase an accelerating speed for so long before it can no longer accelerate. So that's why the parabolic ones tend to slow down. All right, so Apple, we broke above this wedge on the longer time frame. I'm going to put this to be the daily and this to be the 45 because it's messing me up seeing it the other way around. All right, so here's our daily over here, and here is, I don't know why it's not redrawing properly. There we go. Oh, I told you guys about my 50% off on my watch list at cjandtrade.com. Love TradingView. They are 60% off through Monday, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are, and I will put the links down below, or I can drop it in right here. Amazing software, and you can get it very inexpensively, but why not get up to 60% off, right? I love it. So I'm going to share what I love. All right, so looking at Apple, you guys also know that I like my 425 EMA, which looks like it's hidden at the moment. No, it's right there. We are above it, right? Right here. It's right at that 116.85, right? 116.85. You eat cake and Red Robin as well, Randy. That's awesome. I love that. So if we can hold above 116.85, that is my full-on bull hat. I did like that it bounced off of this downward trend line. We had growth in volume right here, and it's continuing up. Testing a little bit, that's okay. It could still come back down to 116.22. I would be fine with that, and then continue further. Microsoft as well, similar pattern. This has a bit more of, we're still in this wedge over here, and we're testing this trend line from back here. So are we going to be able to break above this? Looks like we're in upward momentum, and we're riding these moving averages up. We've been hitting our head up against here for quite a while now. So will we be able to break out above? The volume is descending. We might see that we have a bit of a reversal, come back to 213.50, and then surge forward. Tesla, oh my goodness, I have to call this out, right? On November 17th, I said, hey guys, my target's 684, right? From down here, right over here. When we broke out, I said, hey, I'm watching this up to 684. That's my target. I'm in 30% of my position now. I was waiting for a pullback, never got the pullback that I was looking for. Thought it would be a deeper pullback from November 20th, but as long as we stay above this upward trend line, if we come back down and bounce off of it, I will likely add, and then it might come back down, and then we surge up higher and hit that 684 over there. Amazon as well, bought into the Amazon position over here. On this day, on November 24th, added here once we broke out above this box of consolidation, and like this bullish up here to a test of this trend line, 3372, 3370 area. If we can break above there, I like it all the way up to 4400. All right, let's look into, let's add eat, cake, RRGB, Best Buy, and Costco. All right, guys. So let's go into the list. If you guys are new to joining me here, please hit that like button, because the more that you like it, the more YouTube will share all the free stuff that I'm letting you guys see today. And this is my list. I do create it every week. I will post all the rest of the details that float on Instagram as well. So I have, looks like I have 6 there, but I've got 5. So those are the ones that we're going to go over now. All right, we'll add DraftKings, Terry. All right, so looking at the first one on my potential long list, we have John Deere, right? John Deere has been in this nice upward trend. I haven't mapped it out in a while, but that doesn't mean we can't look at it, right? So we have a little bit of a consolidation that's happening on the daily. We had a massive spike up. We had earnings right here. Better than expected surprise. Hey, surprises are nice when they're to the upside, not so much to the downside. And it surged higher based on that. Then it pulled back, potentially entry from some other people right down here. So I would look for a support level of 259.50, and I would look for a breakout above 264. All right, let me fill that in, 259.50 and 264. HP definitely caught my attention with this island gap trading up here. We might pull to the downside or we might go to the upside. It could have that breakaway gap continuation, or we might pull back down further and come back down roughly to 22 and then carry on up from there. So let's map the trade out over here. I would look above 24.50. We have a bit of a descending, or we have an ascending triangle right here with a support area, roughly 23.60. So we're going to put that support over here at 23.60. All right, so HP 23.60 and 24.50. Want to really see it break one way or the other because we do have that gap to fill back down here. You see, we had all that move really in one day. Might come back down to 22.50 as well over here. So keeping that one on watch. Also, RMG, crazy gap up, right? Had a nice move on Friday as well, and would need this to break to the upside of 118 or break down below 16 right here. Could potentially move it up to 16.50. That would be a bit more aggressive right here at 16.50. That round dollar might hold even more stability. So it might be that first test of 16, bounce, and then secondary test right there. AMD for Kyle. All right. Let's add this on. That's it. Is that you, Cleveland? Are you coming in with that's it? All right, CCL. Yes, CCL was nice. All right, SOL. All right, SOL, why didn't it change? So looking at SOL, big move, right? Semiconductors, massive move. Have earnings coming up November 30th. So this could have a crazy move. Never know, right? Let's put it the round dollar. That round dollar is going to be hard to break. Maybe we'll see a bigger move to the upside right there, or we might see continuation to the downside over here. So I would look for $7. I would put it 7 and 8. It had that big move on Friday. Again, when we have parabolic moves, it's hard for that momentum to keep growing at a exponential rate. It's going to slow down and somewhat implode. So we could very well see that happen depending on what happens into earnings on Monday. So $7 and $8 for SOL. All right, Myrna. Hey, everybody knows about Myrna now, right? We have this nice gap here. So we might have a runaway gap again with Myrna. Consistent volume above 130. Would look for that. And I'm going to put the support down here at 122.50. So 122.50 and 130. I know it's not exact on there. I will adjust it. So let's change these up. Done. 122.50 and 130. All right. That's it. SoCal. All right. Geos. So Geos. Liking this. Potentially this had the reversal right here. We had a big selling power coming in here. And we could see that this could potentially come right back down, right? Look at how it's surged up. I mean, we saw this in a lot of the airline sector. This is in the oil field sector. So keeping a watch on oil, this might really play into what's happening with oil. I put a upper bound up here at 680 and support to be broken. I'm going to bring it down to 620 over here. So keeping these on watch, 680 and 620, you guys can see on the daily over here. If we break down below 620, I would look for a pullback down to roughly 610. If that fails, maybe all the way back down to the 50 down here at 590 roughly. All right, so 620 and 680. THCB, I don't have it on there. You know what, Mood, I've been messing around with different ones at the bottom because I am studying for my CMT, and I just threw them on there. I don't really use them all right now, but in studying, I've been putting them on my charts and just watching them to see how they perform, see everything like that. So it's just more like testing right now. With the moving averages, I use them more on the daily, but I tune it out when I'm looking at the charts, and this is what works for me, so that's why I use it. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to use it that way, but it helps me to see the charts in a way that's good for my eyes, so that's why I use it. I don't hate on anybody for what they use, and I don't necessarily use all of these indicators down here. I've just been really watching them, and as I study them, I add them on. All right, so over here, THCB. Yep, and also, like Asif said, the 9, 20, 50, and 200 are useful. Why? Because a lot of people do use them, and so they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Hey, look, it's hitting that 200. Is it going to go above? Oh, look, it broke above the 200. Likely volume will come in. Why? It's a typical pattern that day traders study. If it goes above that 200, I'm going to buy. If it goes above that 50, I'm going to buy. So seeing that happen time and time again, it's useful to have them on your charts. And algorithms are set up to buy and sell on them, so, you know, all that good stuff. All right, THCB. I would look for a volume breakout above 1350 or breakdown below 1220. All right, and then we have Williams-Sonoma. So Williams-Sonoma is similar to what we were talking about with the Qs. We have this island gap up here. So bigger picture, you know, longer term swing, I would look more for that break, confirmed break above 1430. However, we have a bit of a downward trend. So on the shorter term, I would look for the 112 breakout. Hey, can we break out above here? We have a little weird 113 up there. Kind of strange, not sure why. And then if we break below the 109. You know what, Asif, I like it on the 425. It's 425 on the 45 minute, but daily is good too. I definitely watch it on the daily, but I use it more as an indicator for bullish or bearish on the 45-minute chart. All right, 109 for support here and 112. For Williams-Sonoma. So if we break down, I would look for the test over here of 107 if we break down below 109, and then below 107 I'd look for 105, and then potential gap fill down to probably 102.50 and all the way back down to 100. So if we have that movement to the downside, those are the levels that I would be watching for potential profit taking or entry of other people. We also have volume descending here, so maybe there's going to be a reversal that happens. Randy's asking, does anybody play the TQQ? Here's something that really bothers me with that statement, Randy. Nothing, no offense. I know you're a hard worker, but it's not playing, right? You don't want to play with your money. This is your hard-earned money, so trading, it's a mental thing. So for NBAC, 119, and then over here, 116.80. So I look for the 116.80, which was really a resistance point in the past, and then it acted as support. Are we going to have that as support broken again to the downside? If we break down to the downside, then 16.20 down here to 15, and then down to 14.20 and down to 12.50. So definitely watching this one. We have a doji day, an indecision day. The winners are not, the buyers are not winning, the sellers are not winning. It is a tug of war, right? Sorry if I hit the mic and there was a noise there. So keeping that on watch, because that might prove to provide an opportunity either way. The buyers were not winning and the sellers were not winning. It did pull down, but overall on the day, it pretty much ended up where it opened, almost. Down just a little bit. All right, next one, Sage. for potential downside. Look at this massive bearish engulfing, right? We took out 1, 2, 3, almost 4 trading days. Almost the entire week was taken out by one trading day. So keeping that on watch. However, we do have this massive spike up here at 100. So I would also watch that. That might be something that we might see an entry down here at the 21 EMA. You guys also know I like the 21 EMA. This is at 425 on the daily, right? So we came up, we totally dropped down. This is the pharmaceutical sector, so I don't know if there was any news in relation to this. I don't really watch the news or listen to the news all that much. I really am looking more at the charts. So looking over here, we also have the 425 on the 45-minute down here, so that might be an area that they look to enter. I would look at 75 for support. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. Right, so if we stretch this out, 75, and I'm going to bring it up here to 77.50. If we can move this up, that $72.50 should not be an issue. I would watch for resistance up here at 78.30, and also, you know, $80. Another one I didn't have on my list, but I'm gonna switch things around for the potential swing list, and we'll put it over there, is JKS. So let's look at JKS. Uh-oh, I'm about to sneeze, so I will turn my head. Okay, hope that wasn't too loud for you guys. So JKS, I'll add on APXT. All right, guys, so we got 38 watching. If you like it, please hit that like button and subscribe so you guys know when I do go live. So watching this, we had a nice move on JKS. Do you guys see the W pattern over here? It pretty much came back to that resistance almost. You see? Dun, 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 dun. And we couldn't break above 76.46 or 76.50. So I would put 77. Thank you, Samuel. I would put 77 for that whole dollar mark. You can see I had the 80 over here. I'm really watching 80 as well. And look at how we also stopped pretty much right here, 72.35. So will this continue up higher? Look at that, 2 cents off. Okay, so this stopped 2 cents off. We do have earnings coming up, so I would keep this one on watch. I do have a longer term swing position in this, very minor now, very small. I did swing it from down here when it was bouncing off of the trend line and to the upside. Yes, WETF and PRVB. All right, so we have potential swings, BTBT, right? On the daily, we've been in an upward trend. We had big volume this day. We're pretty much testing the open of that day. So will this continue to the upside? We have higher than normal volume here. We're in an upward trend. We're bouncing off of the moving averages. On the 45-minute, it looks like it's found support right here off of this green one of 606. So potentially, as long as this can stay above 606 and a breakout above 7, I would look for a breakout above 7 on the daily. Let's go to the daily chart now. Oops, that's not the daily, but I will make it one. So looking at it, I would look for above 7 potentially to the upside for it to break out above, or if it breaks 580 to the downside, that would be my potential exit. All right, SI as well. So SI came down. We had big upward surges. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, we might be going into a B and then C pattern. So watch this to see if we have a bit of a dead cat bounce up to maybe 35. If it were to come back down below 32.40, then I would get out. Oh, nice to know. Thank you, Randy. So Randy is saying cost will be paying a $9 dividend December 5th. Randy is an expert on some dividend investing, especially with mutual funds. All right, so AVT, let's pull this out on the weekly. Okay, we'll add that on Archie. So on the weekly, you guys see this AVNet? See how we're somewhat testing these resistance areas? If we could really get above potentially 32 over here, we have a nice fill, maybe back up to $35 right there. So maybe nice 10% that we would be able to capture on this. Now, this is a weekly chart, so remember that. And many times when we see this sort of pattern where we are in like a rectangular trading zone, I showed that to you on Amazon as well. Up here, it sort of went rectangular and then boom, it dropped. Okay, well that was January, March, that's normal. Now we have AVNet and we're trading again sideways with the high of that 31.80, I would put, but 32 that round dollar, and then potential move to the upside there. All right, SGLB. So SGLB, this is the weekly chart. We have crazy volume this one day. And when we look back on our daily, we have definitely broken out above 325. We'd look for a 350 break. Likely this is going to come down a little bit on Monday. And then my target would be up there at 708, right? But every time that we've hit this 200 simple moving average right here, it has rejected it. Finally, we're above it. First day above it. Higher than normal volume, did have selling pressure at the end of the day, so would wait for that sort of resurgence to the upside. Much like this had momentum to the upside right here, I would wait to make sure and then get in on the upward swing. Also, ATVI, let me add Peloton. You guys are throwing a lot out. Peloton, Beyond, and oh, you want to see if I see any waves in it? SGLB. A little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of an obscene 5. So maybe we're going to come into an A, B, C, and then come back down to maybe 260, and then another step for wave 1. ATVI. Remember that when there is an earnings dividend to be paid out, not an earnings dividend, but a dividend to be paid out, well, it is related to earnings, but when a dividend is to be paid out, that it is priced into the options, into the premium there as well. All right, ATVI. So ATVI, I think Kyle brought this up on Friday. When we look back at on the weekly, you can see it a little bit better, that we have a bit of a handle forming, right? This is what I see. Do you guys see it? If we put 84 as our resistance, as our rim, and then we bring this, bring this up here, and this will be the downward edge of it, but here we go. This is the handle I see. Do you guys see that? So we have a cup, and then we have a handle. So we'd be looking for a breakout above 80.20. That would be in the next week. And then confirmation above 84.24. But if we're able to break out here with high volume, yeah, I'll look at it, M King. That if we could break out above here, we might see a nice move on ATV, right? Let's go down to the base here and we'll bring it up to the rim, $42. If this breaks out above 80.20, 80.20 plus 42.50, 120.70. Is that right? Yeah, 122.70. Not a bad target, right? If we look back, what happened back here? Well, it surged higher. It looks like this is the type of chart that I personally want to be in. So I'm going to be watching this and see. I'm going to throw an alert. Hey, let's throw an alert on here. Add alert, crossing up above 80.20, and I would like to see volume. I don't want to just see it crossing. I want to see volume with that. All right, let me take all my drawings off. All right, HYLN. I don't remember who. Yeah, but right now it's not further back than 50% ASIF, so it's still definitely just a potential handle forming. All right, HYLN almost looks like a head and shoulders to me. This could be a little bit lower of a shoulder. And then if we break below this 1830 area, we could come back down to the downside. It's in a bit of indecision for the past 2 days. That means likely there will be a big move to come, right? So we have 2 indecision days. Hey, get ready. Maybe we're going to have a big move. It has been holding above over here. So on the shorter term, we have a little cup here, and then boom, it came up, drawing back down above the moving averages. Maybe we'll see a drawdown below 23.25. But if this could break above 26, we've had one range here of trading. Hey, Leslie. We have one range right here. Let's make it a little bit darker so you guys can see it a little bit better. So there's one right there, and then another one right here. So which will win, above 25.60 or below 21.20? Wait patiently for the higher probability trade, right? That's what, oops, I just took something off. I didn't mean to. Looking to take a starter position on SPE. We will look at it. Let's add on SBE. Okay, so QS. And if you guys are new to the live stream, please hit that like button, as it will share more on YouTube, so more people will. Yes, HLYN was screaming this week. Screaming or scramming? Screaming? Right now, it's not going really anywhere. So maybe there was a lot of buying in it. Maybe there's something that people know or don't know. All right, so this was a technical breakout, right, from the IPO back in September, probably lower float, and really surged to the upside. So there's clear skies above. When we go to the 45-minute chart, how come it does not have auto? How come it doesn't give me? Okay, let's do QS. Very weird. What about the other days prior? Was this uplisted? How come it doesn't give me the days prior? Over here it does. Hold on. Let's see if we can figure this out. Maybe it's just that I have to have it shrunk down. No, that's very weird. Ah, okay. It was just converted. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys. So I would use these levels, right? We're looking at it 23.16 up to 40. This is a 45-minute chart. I would look for support roughly at 36.25 on that time frame. 36.25 or 36. I would look for 36 to hold or above 40. Let it prove itself that it's going to have a direction from here. CTXS in the packaged software area. So here's that 425. You see how it's rejected it on the 45-minute chart and right here? That would be my bearish below. This might be a prime short to get in right here since it's rejected it, and I personally would use 124 or just above as my stop. Let's look at it on the daily, right? Hey, look at that. It's hitting the 425 on the daily as well. That's pretty cool. So here it acted as support, and then once it broke below, now this would be our resistance. So looking to see, I would use again that 124, and then if we break below 120.50, more of a move to the downside down to the 20 simple moving average at 118 personally. All right, let's check out EAT. So Randy's in EAT. Or I don't know if you're in it, but you're looking at it. I know that, right? Because you asked me to look at it. All right, let's pull this up here. So on the daily, I would look for 50.80 to hold as support and break above 53 for confirmation if you're not already in it. Every time you see this one, it tends to surge up, pull back, surge up, pull back, surge up. We have a doji day, lower volume, might be a reversal day based off the lower volume and doji day. Cake, Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been there in years. Yeah, COVID aside, I haven't been there in years. So what I see here is we really have the support resistance, right? Support, broke, boom, resistance, boom, support. And over here, another area, $38. Hey, look, support, support, support. Now it's resistance. What's the next one above? Probably $40. So if it can break above 38, potentially a $2 move up to that $40, which would be right in line over here, maybe 40.50 even, or 40.40. Because back here, 39.80. So yeah, I'd watch 39.80, 40, 40, 450. And there you go. All right. I need a nice cheesecake. All right. Red Robin, very similar. So they are looking similar. This one has a bit of an island trading gap, right? We have this gap that still has yet to be filled to the downside right here above $20, and we have that 425 just in the way. So I'd look for a break above 22 or break down below 20 right here. All right, let's look at Best Buy. Who did Black Friday shopping at Best Buy? Can you guys believe that I have almost all my presents wrapped already? Did them all last night, almost all of them. All right, I see a triple top up here, and I see this rectangle, right? Do you guys see it? So to me, Best Buy is a wait to see, are we going to break above 125 or are we going to break down below 110? Wait and see. When we waited to see on AMD, I don't know if AMD is next, we had this big area back here. It was a wait and see. Hey, once they were done, boom, up we went. Well, now we kind of have that again going on, but I see a bit more of a V shape right here, so I would look at above $89. I don't even know if that was next in line. No, I sort of jumped ahead, but I'll go back. Above $88, $89, I'd like it to the upside. The next test would be up here at 74. PLTR, looking to add. You didn't. Let's look at it, G-Man, after I get back to this. So, okay. So Costco, $9 dividend. Randy was saying, coming up, we do have a test of resistance up here, 389.50, hit a new 52-week high on Friday, on the shortened trading day. So let's see here. Would look to see, hey, if we reject this, which sure enough we did, right? 390. We would need to break above 390 with some volume, or else I would look for a retest back down here of 380, 160, 380 area. If it cannot hold 380, bye, right? In my opinion. Let's look at DraftKings. All right, DraftKings, I see an inverted head and shoulder right off the bat. Let's put it on the weekly. Oh, can't really see it on the weekly so much, but it does make it easier to see. We came back, bounced above. Now we're testing the resistance of this doji day right here. And here, let's put it back on the daily. You guys will probably see the inverse head and shoulders that I see. Right? You see it over here? Shoulder, head, shoulder, boom. If we can break above, likely a nice move. Let's see, 35 up to 52. So add, we'll say 20. So 72 potential target right up here for DraftKings if we can break up with volume. All right, I already went over AMD, APXT. Ooh, big, crazy day, gap up. Let's go into a 15-minute chart. So we had a big gap up day. Would want to see that 1360, actually back down to 1350. Let's also throw a fib on here. No, right here. All right, hey, as long as this holds 1407, potentially like it all the way up to 20 up there. All right. So you're saying the ex-dividend day, Randy, is December 5th, right? So let's pull this up and use 1380 as our support. If we breaks below 1380, I would likely get out, and I'd like to see it up above 16. If it can break above 16 with some volume, a good chance for $4 move to the upside. WETX. Big spread on options also. That's it for which one? Hello, Artemio. Hola. I don't know if you speak, or buongiorno or buonasera. Yeah, they might be doing that. Oh, on Costco. Or it could be a synthetic trade. They might have seen an imbalance in options, and so they went ahead and they moved forward. Yeah, that's what this is about, guys. Teamwork, right? These are just ideas right now. But if something makes you curious, do the research. Check it out. See if there's an imbalance. See if there's something that catches your eye. Okay, we're looking at WETF. Let's put it on a weekly chart and let's auto build this. Okay, so get rid of these lines in the past. All right, so on the weekly chart, we have been in a nice little upward trend over here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do a trend line. Right, so this is in an ascending triangle. Breakout point, that 450 would be a good one. That 50-cent mark, would really watch that. If we could break above 450 with some volume, good chance, maybe move to 460, 487, $5, and then up to 550. Might be slow going. There's a lot of, it was slow in coming down, lots of little resistance points, 558. So there might be a lot of bag holders there for it to, a lot of bag holders in keeping it down for Wisdom Tree. PR, Papa Romeo Victor Bravo. Prevention Bio. Sounds like this is a yogurt company with probiotics. I don't know, that's what I think of when I listen to it. So we've got this 2280 crazy spike over here. We've broken the resistance right there. I would make this one, oops, red, and let's get rid of this one over here. So if we pull this up, we have a gap, right, to the downside right here. So if it breaks below 15, watch that potential gap fill, 1440. And right now we did break above the resistance at 1550. Next area of resistance, likely $16. So I'd watch $16 for a breakout move. Hello, Al Jahari. Yeah, let's look at Maxar. All right, Peloton. Okay, you're just saying that next week options are down. All right, Peloton. So Peloton, we had a break of the downward trend right here. Let's readjust this over here. So we have this new high to respect. And so next would be looking for this to break the 50 simple moving average of 112. It has a bit of an inverted head and shoulders as well. So we'll look more for that break of the 50. You're really using that as the inverted head and shoulders neckline. And then a test of 116.22. Also beyond over here, testing those, butting its head up here against all these moving averages. And I would look for support of 137. So breakout above 145. Give it that round $5 mark, 145. And then otherwise, potentially if it breaks down below 137. Right here. It did fill this gap, so maybe it has a bit more selling power before it comes to the downside. All right, GoPro. So GoPro, I know someone that got into GoPro. All right. So GoPro, let's tighten it up a little bit. Over here, you see we have that little box again of consolidation, and then once it broke out, boom, it came up. Now we have a sell-off reversal candlestick here and a bit of a reversal candlestick here, and now we're on our upward swing. So I'd look for resistance at 740, then potential gap fill up to 790, and let's see. I would test 804. as well, trend line wise. I would watch for 804 as a test. All right, SBE. All right, hey Earl. All right, SBE. Oops. What am I doing? KMX. I don't know where I put S and B on there. All right, so SBE. This kind of looks like it's very gappy. Lots of gaps to it, right? So it looks like it came up, pulled back, maybe in that upward trend area. Let's get to the drawing tool. So we have this, and we have this. So which way are we going to go with the volume? Above 38, or are we going to go below 35? That's what I'd be looking at, above 38 or below 35 for SBE. PLTR, beast mode with a bit of retracement. Here is my upward trend line. This is really parabolic, extreme, potential move back, oops, to the downside. However, we might not get that. Just like I said, we might get it with Tesla, and it didn't happen. Might happen here too for PLTR. Let's delete that. So I'd watch 25.50, the round number there, almost round, 50 cents, right? I like it, you like it, probably more people like it as well. And then 31.20 up here. Which way are we going to break? All right. And MAXR, and then KMX is going to be the last one because I have to get back to my studies, guys. I got to do a lot of review to rock my exam on Friday. Well, not that much, but still, I don't want to squeeze by with an extra %. I want to rock it. All right, MAXR. I'm seeing all these areas, right? So it's bouncing around between these areas. It looks a bit like an inverted head and shoulders, again, right here. So I'd look for break above 30 to the upside, then above 30, look for the chart will tell you as well, 32, 34, 36. So we're down here at 21, up to potentially right here, 27, 28, 21, 27 dollars from 28, maybe up to $35 is projected move if we break above. All right, KMX, yeah, so here I will do that one, and then that's going to be the last one, guys, all right, because I want to get into my studies. Let's look at this on a weekly. I feel like a weekly is going to be a little bit clearer. All right, so it looks like we've had strong resistance right here, roughly $98, and right here, yeah, 92. Thank you, Samuel. Yeah, let's just exam 1 of 3, so just want to rock it. All right, 92 to the bottom, and I would watch 98 to the upside for CarMax and IDEX. Aw, thank you, Al Jahori. It's always nice when you guys say thank you. I appreciate that. Time is precious, right? That's one thing in life we can never get back. So let's draw a trend line here. Not looking good to me. Did open up, however, there was selling power. Let's also throw a Fibonacci on here from down here all the way up. Oh. All right. If it can break below 237, I think this would likely be going down further to $2 and then fill the gap on down to 154. If it cannot break above 329, I would not like it. This is in between, right? This came up the 50, and maybe if it bounces off of 240, potential for a bigger move up to the upside. However, it looks like momentum has stalled. The selling pressure has come in. Again, the parabolic moves to the upside many times draw back down just as quickly as they went up. It's sort of that physics relationship, right? So if we draw this over here, still would look to see, hey, if this draws down there, not looking too pretty. All right, CJ, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call it a day for today. If you guys like all of my analysis, check out my watch list on CJ and Trade. It is less than $1 a day for watch list right now through tonight, and a Cyber Monday sale coming up tomorrow. So check it out at cjandtrade.com. Also, if you guys want to learn more about the dark pools, there is a free trading room starting tomorrow at thedarkpools.com. And let's see, services, I believe it's right here. Should be here. Free trading room, guys. So check it out if you guys want to check that out and learn more about trading in the dark pool. I also teach in the training pet right here. I'm one of the teachers there, one of 4 teachers. So if you guys want to learn more about trading around the dark pool, come over there as well. And I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15. Carpe Profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. Have a great week.